Pretty Women too, every love story deserve a second chance coming, soon only on Netflix. Some love stories never truly end. They simply pause, waiting for the right moment to return. And when destiny decides the time has come, even the quietest heartbeat can echo louder than the past. Rain slides down the glass like slow tears, and the city glows under the soft blur of neon lights. People move through the night like shadows chasing something they've lost. Among them, a woman walks alone, her silhouette framed by the street lamps behind her. She doesn't look back, but the world behind her feels heavier with every step she takes. It's as if the night itself remembers her story. The narrator speaks calmly, quietly, like someone opening a book they once closed too soon. Some stories end before they're ready. Some hearts walk away even while longing to stay. A slow pan shows the empty corner of a cafe, a single chair pulled out as if someone had been sitting there moments ago. A warm mug sits untouched, steam fading into the air. A man's reflection appears in the cafe window, only a shadow, his head lowered, his hands hidden in his coat pockets. He watches the street where she disappeared years ago. He hasn't forgotten. He never could. Cut to an old letter lying on a wooden table. It's sealed, edges worn from years of being picked up and put down. A hand enters the frame, trembling slightly as it touches the envelope. The narrator continues. Some memories stay sealed away, not because they are forgotten, but because they hurt too much to open. Slow transitions show different pieces of their past. A pair of dancing shoes left in a closet. A broken bracelet repaired with new thread. A faded photo where two smiles once shined brighter than the sun. The screen shifts to the city skyline. Lights flicker like beating hearts. The music softens, letting the moment breathe. As the narrator's voice deepens, the camera drifts through the city streets. Time changes many things, but not everything. Not every promise. Not every feeling. Not every love. A taxi passes through a puddle, scattering water into the air. The reflection reveals two silhouettes, one walking toward the future, one stuck in the past. They don't see each other yet. They don't know they're about to collide with fate again. The camera lifts toward the sky, fog swirling around the tall buildings. Then slowly, the title begins to rise from the darkness, like a secret finally returning to the light. Pretty Women 2, a story that never truly ended, fade? Out on the narrator's final line for this section. Some love stories are meant to continue. Even after the world thinks they're over. The screen opens on a quiet apartment still, untouched, almost frozen in time. Soft morning light slips through half-closed blinds, leaving lines of brightness across a small table. On that table lies a photograph turned face down, as if hiding a truth the heart can't bear to see. A hand enters the frame slowly. It flips the picture over. But we don't see the faces, only the faded outline of two people standing close enough to look like one. A breath, shaky and uncertain, escapes the man standing behind the camera. His shadow falls over the image. Narrator, gentle but heavy. Some wounds never heal. They simply learn how to hide. Cut to a wine glass sitting half full on a kitchen counter. Dust gathers around it, proving how long it has stayed untouched. The camera moves closer, revealing a lipstick mark on the rim, a small reminder of a night that ended in silence. Not goodbye, the narrator continues, voice soft as if afraid to disturb the memories. Years passed. Seasons changed. But the echoes, they never truly left. A drawer opens with a slow scrape. Inside lies a ring, simple, delicate, still shining despite the time. It sits beside a folded plane ticket from years ago. The name is blurred, unreadable, but the date is clear. The day everything fell apart. A hand reaches in, pauses, then pulls back as though touching it might reopen a wound too deep to face. Now the scene shifts to a crowded train station, busy, loud, chaotic. But among the rushing footsteps, two shadows appear. A woman walks one way, confident but lonely. A man walks the other, quiet but searching. They pass within inches of each other. Neither sees the other. Neither knows the other is there. But the camera catches it. Destiny catches it, the narrator whispers. Pain fades, but longing never truly disappears. Cut to a close-up of a phone glowing in the dark. A message is being typed slowly. I've been thinking about you. The typing stops. The words vanish deleted before they can breathe. The screen fades into the soft glow of evening. A street musician plays a slow violin tune under a bridge. The music trembles with regret. A woman's silhouette stands in the distance, listening, not moving, not speaking. Her shoulders rise and fall with a quiet sigh. Nearby, across the same bridge but unaware of her presence, the man stands looking out over the water. City lights shimmer on the surface, broken into pieces by every small ripple-like memory shifting. Returning, refusing to fade, the narrator speaks again. Voice steady but emotional. What's left behind is never just a memory. It is the weight we carry, the silence we keep, the words we wished we had said. The violin softens. The night grows darker. Two different shadows walk away in two different directions, unaware that the universe is slowly pulling them back together. Fade out with a final whispered line. Love may sleep, but it never stops dreaming. The scene opens with the soft rustle of pages turning. A quiet bookstore, warm lights glowing like tiny stars between the shelves. Dust dances in the beams of sunlight slipping through the windows. A gentle calm fills the air until a single book slips from a hand. It falls in slow motion, spinning toward the floor. Another hand reaches down at the same time. Two hands brush, just for a second but long enough for the universe to hold its breath. We never see their faces. Only the closeness of two silhouettes kneeling to pick up the same fallen book. Narrator. Voice steady but touched with emotion. Sometimes fate doesn't shout. Sometimes it whispers. The woman rises, holding the book against her chest. Her shadow stretches across the shelves, trembling slightly, as if unsure whether to stay or walk away. The man stands a few steps behind her, his breath slow, his hands uncertain. He doesn't speak. Neither does she. But something old, something forgotten, begins to stir in the quiet between them. The camera moves to a reflection in the bookstore window. For a moment, side by side, their silhouettes overlap, two echoes finally meeting again, cut to a hallway outside. The air hums faintly with the scent of a familiar perfume. The man pauses mid-step. His head lifts. His shoulders freeze. A memory hits him, not with pain, but with warmth, like a soft light returning after a long night. Years apart cannot silence a heart that remembers. The scene shifts to a rainy afternoon. The woman stands under a blue umbrella, waiting at a crosswalk. Cars pass, splashing water across the street. She watches the light change. She inhales deeply, as if searching for courage in the cold air. Across the road, the man appears. He's not rushing. He's not lost. He's simply there. Their silhouettes meet on opposite sides of the street, framed by the glow of headlights and reflections dancing in puddles. Neither steps forward. Not yet, but their stillness says everything. The rain softens. The world around them fades into a blur. The camera pulls closer, showing only their hands, a few feet apart, trembling, almost reaching, almost. Life has a way of returning us to the moments we left behind. To finish the sentences we never got to speak. Suddenly, a gust of wind pushes her hair across her face. She tucks it behind her ear. A small gesture, simple, graceful, but powerful enough to awaken a memory in him. His posture changes. The tension in his shoulders loosens. He steps forward once, then stops, cut to a slow-motion shot of the traffic light turning green. The world moves again. People walk between them. Cars pass. But their silhouettes remain locked on each other. The music rises soft strings, filled with hope and fear intertwined. Then, for the first time in years, they begin to walk. One step, then another, slow, careful, drawn together by something invisible yet undeniable. The scene ends. Just before they meet in the center of the crosswalk, their shadows stretch toward each other, touching before their hands do. When two hearts are meant to return, the world will always find a way to bring them back. The screen opens with the slow sound of a heartbeat echoing beneath a soft piano melody. Darkness fades into the warm glow of evening light pouring through an open doorway. Dust particles float in the air like tiny memories drifting back into place. A suitcase stands by the door, half open, half packed, trapped between leaving and staying. A woman's silhouette stands beside it, her hands gripping the handle tightly. She looks toward the door as if waiting for something. Or someone. Her shadow trembles slightly on the wooden floor. Every second chance begins with a choice. A choice to stop running from the past. Cut to a quiet street at the edge of the city. The man stands alone, holding the old unopened letter. He turns it in his hands, feeling the years trapped inside its crease lines. Lightning flashes in the distance, followed by the soft rumble of thunder. A storm brews above him. Just as one stirs inside him, he closes his eyes. He breathes. He breaks the seal. The sound of the paper tearing is soft, fragile, like the beginning of something new. But the words inside are never shown. The audience sees only his hands shaking, the letter slipping slightly as emotion hits him. The camera fades to another scene, a dim, empty hallway. A single light flickers overhead. Footsteps echo slow, unsure but determined. Two silhouettes approach from opposite ends, walking through a stretch of shadow. They move closer and closer until the light above catches both their outlines at the same time. Narrator. Some hearts wait years for the moment when everything finally comes together. Again, cut to the woman standing outside her apartment. Her suitcase still sits behind her, untouched. She watches the elevator doors slowly open, but it's empty. She sighs, a soft exhale that carries loneliness and hope all at once. Then before the doors close, a hand slides between them. The man steps inside the frame, silhouette calm but breath uneven. He's still holding the letter. He doesn't move closer. Neither does she. They simply stand there, two shadows shaped by the same past. Staring at the distance they both created, the silence is long. Heavy, necessary. He lifts the letter slightly, almost as if offering the truth inside it. She lowers her gaze, then looks up again. Her fingers twitch as if wanting to reach out but afraid of breaking whatever fragile thing still exists between them. Narrator whispers, second chances aren't given. They're chosen. Cut to fast flashes of their memories, two hands almost touching. A tear falling into a sink, a plane ticket crumpling in anger. A message typed but never sent, and then the world slows. The man steps forward. She does too. Their shadows merge before their bodies do. The camera captures only their hands, one trembling, one steady, meeting gently in the center. Not with certainty, not with promises, but with possibility. The narrator speaks with finality and warmth. To heal a love once lost is to believe that broken things can still shine. The view shifts to the open doorway behind them. The suitcase sits untouched. The storm outside has softened into a light rain. City lights glow in the distance like quiet stars. A final montage flashes across the screen, a letter falling gently to the floor. Two coffee mugs placed side by side. A door closing, not in farewell, but in beginning. The music rises, soft and hopeful. Text fades onto the screen slowly. Powerfully, every love story deserves a second chance. Then, in bold cinematic style, Pretty Women 2 coming soon only on Netflix.